everyone, my name is Lemry Ronald. I'll be talking about the cranial nerves that innervate the oral cavity. So let's get started with the innervation of the teeth. You have two cranial nerves, really two branches of the same cranial nerve that innervate the teeth. And that's cranial nerve 5, branch 2 and 3, and that innervates the upper teeth and the lower teeth. Specifically, cranial nerve 5, branch 2. That innervates the hard palate in 3 different locations. And so you have the nasal palatine location, the greater palatine location, and then you have the lesser palatine location, which is specifically the soft palate. And so moving on with the soft palate, there are 5 muscles that are innervated by 2 specific cranial nerves. Nerve 10, the vagus nerve, that innervates 4 of the 5 muscles. And then you have the mandibular nerve that innervates one of the soft palate muscles. Moving on to the somatic and special sensory innervations of the tongue, the anterior 2/3 of this tongue, that part is innervated by the facial nerve, and its function is taste. Over here on the other side of the 2/3 of the anterior side, 2/3 portion, that's innervated by the mandibular nerve, and that's somatic sensation. And the posterior portion of the tongue is innervated by the glossopharyngeal nerve, and that's for taste and for somatic sensory. And then you have epiglottis, which is innervated by cranial nerve 10, the vagus nerve. So continuing on with the tongue muscles, or talking about the tongue, there are 4 specific muscles in the tongue, and they're innervated by 2 specific cranial nerves. And you have cranial nerve 10, the vagus nerve, that innervates the palatoglossus muscle right here. And then the other 3, the genioglossus, the hyoglossus, and the styloglossus, that's innervated by the hypoglossus nerve. And the functions or the actions are listed right here. Salivary glands, and those are innervated by the glossopharyngeal nerve. Specifically, the parotid gland is innervated by the glossopharyngeal nerve. And then the other 2, the submandibular and the sublingual glands, are innervated by the facial nerve. And moving on to our last section, which is the floor of the oral cavity, that is, there are 4 muscles here, and they're innervated by 2 specific cranial nerves. The anterior digastric is innervated by the mandibular nerve, but the posterior digastric is innervated by the facial nerve. And then you have the stylohyoid, which is innervated by the facial nerve, and the mylohyoid, sorry, it's innervated by the mandibular nerve. And the actions are listed as follows. And my question for you is, which muscle is found in both the soft palate muscle group and the tongue muscle group? Thank you for watching.